Hello everyone. If you've been invading over the course of Elden Ring's lifetime, you've probably had to deal with Elden Stars at some point. Typically, this has been seen around. I've seen it around Limgrave, where you just kind of have a squad if you're high level that's kind of going through New Game Plus, and every once in a while someone just casts Elden Stars in an empty field, and you just kind of run away for 30 seconds. Nothing really happens, and you question whether or not this spell should even be in this game. Well, I have a slight counterpoint. So instead of casting it in an open field, how about casting Elden Stars when there's an ulcerated tree spirit and a bunch of uneven ground where you can potentially get stuck? That seems a lot more manageable for having a giant ball of light that causes your controller to vibrate and not be able to see anything on the screen and maybe do some damage. So is Elden Stars tournament good? Absolutely not. But does it do exactly what I said I did? What I said it would do? Yes, absolutely. And I have a very silly Elden Stars kill to prove that. Welcome to very silly stuff with big spells. um, So slightly less silly is Mesmer's Orb. So this build is rune level 87, and I'm using Radigan's Source Seal, so I could pump 20 extra points into Faith at the cost of my defense in order to cast Mesmer's Orb, because it's just a very fun spell. I like the leaping melee spells. Look they look really cool, and Mesmer's Orb honestly also does crazy damage. Um, Now, not everyone is running 1700 HP at this particular rune level, and that makes spells that can do like 700, 800 damage very, very viable. And Mesmer's Orb can kind of go around corners. So, and the delay and huge hitbox is just fantastic. It is an absolutely amazing spell, and I highly recommend using it if it fits on your build. Um, yeah, and then of course Giant's Flame take me. These take the, not me. Hopefully I don't get pyroblasted by my own spells. Um, just very standard giant fireball explodes, knocks people on the ground, and I kind of have it over rejection. Usually I have bestial vitality, and then rejection is like my fourth and fifth spell slots on like any faith caster. With Giant's Flame, I'm very confident of being able to throw this at my feet and being able to knock people around. So it might be a little bit harder to get the direction going than rejection. However, it still works really, really well. And this is just an impromptu honor duel between like a Madness Flame lore build and me in Volcano Manor. And it's cool that they're using a bunch of the martial arts stuff. And as you can see, there's the fireball at my own feet. It's just another giant AoE. Because what's subtlety when I can just fill the entire screen with fire? Um, oh yeah, and I don't think I mentioned it when I was explaining the build. And one of these things, the Sword of Light, love it. Giant laser sword. It reminds me of the sword from Shadow of the Colossus. Um, it the AoE is really nice. Love the Ash of War. I'm not really utilizing the Holy Boost at all, but it looks cool. Love it. And free aiming fireballs is just amazing. GG guy. Good good luck on the rest of the journey. That was a really cool build. Um, yeah, so those are the three big spells on this build. Giant Fireball number 2, and Giant Annoying Light Ball that also explodes. So I guess this is the explosions. But one of the major tools that I have is Also, endure on a hand axe. I started using this well before the DLC started on a build that was, I think it was Lion-clad Turtle, where I was basically doing like a Dark Souls 2 Turtle Knight guy, and I just put Endure on the hand axe just because it has a little fast movement, really good swing, decent damage. As you can see, myself and Mr. Mantis guy, um, the 3 seconds of not getting stunned just did the job there. But what I found out during my time using it on the strength build is it's really good against Moonveil specifically. So Moonveil, if you aren't otherwise familiar, is an incredibly overtuned weapon. It has a built-in true combo on its own, where I think it's the light attack unsheath Ash of War combos into a katana light attack. It does absurd damage. It deals really good range damage, and it was one of the weapons where if you were trying super hard in invasions, that people would say that there's a specific poise benchmark that you need in order before the game changed over from passive poise to hyper armor, that like Moonveil was one of the benchmarks for its laser beam. So all of that being said, an Endure hand axe, even against someone who knows what they're doing with Moonveil, is surprisingly good. As you can see, Moonveil does a good amount of damage. This person, they were kind of just goofing while their friend was here, but they know what they're doing. They were confident enough that they're by one of the sites of grace. Like, it was annoying that they were throwing poison in my face. However, I don't blame them for just like goofing, and like it's throwing for content. Effectively, I don't think they were doing anything like recording or streaming wise, or I don't know, but yeah. And here Elden Stars just, I think, just crashes into the ground or one of the stalactites and doesn't super work, but it would have been nice to put it in their face. You see, like, Flame Strike is just a little bit slow, but now here we go over to the Endure Hand Axe, where basically I can just use, as a counter, use Endure in their face, eat the Ash of War, and then keep attacking. So it's like a counter where I use a small amount of FP in order to get a huge momentum and decent damage return. Yeah, and this is honestly closer to what Endure should be than what it was whenever they buffed it, and it was like 5 seconds, and someone would just use it on a thrusting sword and just like run at you for those 5 seconds. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then I have Erdtree heal. I forgot the random full heal out of nowhere that I could just use from my blue flask. Another very great addition on this build, because I can also heal enemies and bosses if I'm in the area for doing that. You see, like, that in terms of an Ash of War, that is like negligible damage off Moonveil. And then yeah, GG guy, but I ended up winning that one with a good old victory screen. So yeah, this is the toolkit of this physical Sourceal pyromancy build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and for this last clip here, I've directly stole a play out of Saint Riot's handbook of throwing giant fireballs at someone on this ladder. So thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. See ya!